what's up guys? Talk movies with us here, back again for another video, and these are probably our favorite kind of videos to do.
Definitely.
Our end of the month haul. This is our haul for the month of January.
And this means that we have been doing our hauls for a whole year.
A full year of movie hauls.
We started in January. It is January, so it's exciting.
It is exciting, and you know, pretty much a year into this whole YouTube thing, and we're loving it. We're having a great time doing it.
Yes.
In this haul, we have some randoms.
It's very random. We have DVDs, Blu-rays, 4Ks, vinyls, box sets.
We got a little bit of everything in this, and it should be a fun one. Like really random stuff, guys. Like old TV shows, and like we got this new record store we go to once in a while. So yeah, but first and foremost, we want to shout out some of our newest Patreons.
We may have missed you within the last month or so because of the holidays and work and everything, so we're just going to shout you guys out, and of course, thank you guys so much. It really means the world to us that you
really does
support our channel in a way besides, you know, the usual watching and sharing.
Besides all the watching and the interaction that everyone, we know we highly appreciate that, but for you to go the extra mile and support us in this way, it means a lot. It really does. So let's shout them out.
Let's shout them out. All right, so we want to give a big thank you to Ben Campbell.
M for Movies. Check him out. He has a channel, but thank you, bro.
And then we have Justin Key and Justin Alvarez, which makes 3 Justins in our Patreon group. So Justins are taking over the world.
Oh, I know, right? And the last 2 we want to shout out, which are, I think, our brand new members.
Within the last few days.
Within the last 3 or 4 days, we got Chris Rivers and Austin Reynolds. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you guys. We're really looking forward to getting some recommendations, hopefully, for movies to review. We will be doing a review for Justin Alvarez. He has requested for us to review Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And that's exciting because I haven't seen that movie in a really long time.
And I have never seen it.
And we have the Criterion.
So of course, one of the benefits of our top tier of Patreon is you get to request us movies to review. Mm-hmm. So feel free, guys, and we're looking forward to jumping on that. It should be a fun one.
Definitely.
And just another quick little update. We are working on our Fight Club video that's going to be coming soon.
Hopefully over the weekend or early next week. Is a lot of editing. And
Of course, for all the Stardust reactions, we got entered in. We're going to make one big video, one big collaboration with all you guys that submitted one. So that should be fun. That'll be a fun one to do. That one will be coming within the week.
And we will also then announce within the next few days our February movie of the month, which is going to be his choice because Fight Club was my choice.
Hold on tight because you never know with me. I'm all over the place.
He might be. He might surprise you. I don't think it's going to be Little Nicky.
Nah, I'm saving that one for my own video, guys. That's my own that's my baby right there. So.
But all right, do you think we should jump right in?
Let's jump right in. We got a lot of crazy stuff here, so let's go. Let's do it.
All right. So you want me to start it off?
Start it off.
All right. So I'm going to start it off with an FYE find that I was waiting for just the right price, and that is Rings. I think it was $5. This movie I heard was absolutely awful.
Yeah, I mean that was probably the right price to pay for it. I mean, at least you got the first 2.
We got the first 2 digitally, but we'll give it a watch one day when we really have nothing else to watch.
Yes. When we're fighting over things to watch. Go ahead.
Which happens more often than not.
Every day of our life.
Next up, we have a DVD, and that is The X with Zach Braff and Jason Bateman. And we actually found this at the record store. I think it was like $1.99. They have a bunch of really cheap DVDs. And I purchased this not knowing that I already saw it. So when I popped it in and I started watching, I'm like, this is really familiar. I've definitely seen this movie. And I definitely recommend it if you need like a really cute comedy to throw in. Jason Bateman plays a paraplegic. He's, you know, in a wheelchair, but he used to be a cheerleader in high school. So just picture that.
Sounds interesting.
It's definitely worth a watch. It's a lot of fun.
And yeah, so we have this little record store by us. It's about 20 minutes, a half hour away. It's called Vintage Vinyl Records. Shout out to them. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, we are getting into the whole vinyl record game slowly. We did pick up a few. We'll save those for the end of the video. But, man, they have tons of just used DVDs that people bring in. Some of them are used, some of them are brand new, they're random. But man, flipping through those DVDs, you really do realize there is a ton of stuff not on Blu-ray yet.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, you're like, oh, this movie, that movie, that movie. Mm-hmm. So, some throwbacks from childhood. So, I'm going to start off with a gem here, guys. We got Sealed, mind you, the complete first season of the fantastic show punked. No.
I used to love watching that show.
Oh, for sure. This was I used to love watching this and the Jamie Kennedy Experiment. They're kind of the same prank shows or whatnot. But man, this was sealed for like $3. I couldn't help it. I had to pick this one up.
One day we'll have to open it up and watch some of those old episodes.
Oh yeah, throwback.
The quality is probably amazing.
Oh, for sure. And next up, we got another one from childhood, a little action movie that I always loved that I never hear a soul talk about. I mean, that's maybe for good reason, but I always enjoyed it, and that is Bad Company, starring Chris Rock and the great Anthony Hopkins. And this was such a good movie. I remember watching it over and over as a kid. And I remember this came out around the same time as Spider-Man. And for some reason, me and my dad went to see this
Over Spider-Man?
over Spider-Man 1. I don't know, maybe I was in like, oh, superheroes are
Maybe they're for kids. Yeah.
So
and you're like, I want to see a badass action movie.
Bad Company. Yeah, it's probably what I was thinking. But man, I always remembered loving this one, and I really want you to watch it one day. I've been trying. We're getting there.
Well, it lost on Facebook.
Yeah, sorry.
We did a battle of the movies on what we should watch in our Facebook group, and everybody picked my movie.
No respect. All right. Next up, of course, another random DVD. We got Orange County,
which is a classic Jack Black movie.
This was such a good movie. One of those overlooked teen comedies, if you will. You got the mother from Home Alone in this. Jack Black. I'll watch anything Jack Black is in.
He's a lot skinnier in this movie, too.
Jack Black's the man. We need Tenacious D, The Pick of Destiny on Blu-ray. I don't know when the heck's that coming.
Well, this isn't on Blu-ray either.
I know, and this is another one. Loved it. Tom Hanks' son is in this, so highly recommend this one if you haven't seen it. Kind of gets lost in the shuffle, but I always enjoyed it.
Oh boy, the next one's a real winner.
Next one's a real winner. We got College. Now this is starring Drake Bell and a couple of other random people. I think some guy from American Idol, like this is his only movie. Anywho, this was the rated R version of Drake and Josh for me, minus Josh.
Oh my god, it was so bad. It was so bad.
It was up to par with like those Van Wilder movies.
No, Van Wilder is so much better.
Yo, this is Drake Bell's best movie right here.
But Ryan Reynolds is Van Wilder.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds, but I had a fun time watching this over again. I remember seeing it in the theater back in the day.
You probably were like, you know.
I mean, there were boobies everywhere, so I mean, I was happy. But yeah, this was. No one talks about this one, probably for good reason, but it's
definitely for good reason.
it's always one I kind of enjoyed. I always liked Drake Bell, and
I like Drake Bell too. I had definitely liked Drake and Josh back in the day.
Oh, that needs a Blu-ray, but regardless,
we can't even get them on DVD.
This is a fun watch. I like, from childhood, anything nostalgic for me, somewhat. Not that this is totally nostalgic, but if I seen it in my younger days, chances are I love it. So that's College, and yeah, so that's the end, I think, of the random DVDs. So Go ahead. Next up.
All right. Next up, to completely go in a different direction, we have The Killing of a Sacred Deer, which I just watched when it came out last week, and I freaking loved this movie. It is definitely not a feel-good family movie.
You can't watch it, pop it in with the kids,
grab some popcorn,
gather around the family, pop in. Killing of a Sacred Deer sounds like a good family night to me.
No, this is quite the opposite, but
on the contrary.
Nicole Kidman, Colin Farrell, I mean, their performances are absolutely insane. And the kid, Sonny Soljic, I think that's how you pronounce it. I might have pronounced it wrong.
Butchered.
Probably, but
who knows?
A24 has really never disappointed me, so that's why I always feel confident in blind buying a lot of their Blu-rays. But this was fantastic, and there are definitely still some questions I have about it, but it only makes me want to watch it again. So definitely recommend.
Next up.
Oh, you want me to go again?
You only did one movie. I just did 5.
Okay. Next up is another one I just watched. And that is Professor Marsden and the Wonder Woman. And that just came out yesterday, actually. And I had no idea the backstory of the actual comic book character Wonder Woman. And I will not give it away because unless you go on to IMDb, you probably don't really know the story. But this is a good movie. I think it was very well done. It was tasteful in a way that it didn't make it too creepy, I guess. I think it was because I was way more like surprised, and this is kind of how Wonder Woman came about. So it's definitely a good watch. And again, not a family movie. Definitely not a family movie, but it is interesting, and I think it was very well done.
All right, now let's get into, like, this is like the meat and potatoes of this haul right here.
All right.
We got the biggest release probably of the month,
Correct.
arguably.
And my favorite movie of 2017, and that is It. And I don't know if you can see my shirt, but I have a Funko Pop It shirt, Pennywise and Georgie. So we have the Target edition lenticular cover. Now, we did do an unboxing of all of these, so if you want a closer look, check that out.
And further detail, for sure.
So we have that one. We did pick up the standard 4K edition with the regular slip. And be careful because it's not in a plastic. The Best Buy exclusive 4K steelbook. So.
Hiya, Georgie.
And we did watch it since then. You watched it twice.
I watched it twice. I love it.
You had to bring it
movie.
to your parents' house to show them.
This is how good of a movie this is. And my parents are not big horror fans. They're just casual movie watchers, like most normal human beings, right? They loved it. My friggin' grandparents loved it. Mm-hmm. So it was like, that's how you know you got a good movie on your hands, is that it pleases the hardcore horror fans.
Yes.
Mostly. And, you know, anybody could watch it.
The fact that your grandmother called you to tell you how much she loved it.
It transcends all ages and, you know, demographics. So that's how you know you got a good one on your hands.
It was amazing. I loved it more the second time, and I will definitely watch it again in the near future. So.
Oh, for sure.
Definitely.
Next up, we got The Foreigner, starring, of course, the great Jackie Chan.
Yes.
And I have not watched this yet, but I did love the trailers to this. It's kind of like, you know, Jackie Chan's version of, like, Taken, you know, those older guys, you know, kicking some ass, and I'm a big fan of those movies and a big fan of Jackie Chan in general. So
Jackie Chan
definitely am looking forward to watching this. Heard nothing but great things. Next up, we got one of Scream Factory's latest releases, and that is Hell Night
with Linda Blair.
And believe it or not, we found this in Best Buy.
Yes, most Best Buys are carrying them right now. Hopefully you'll be able to find them.
So yeah, I mean, whenever you come across some Scream Factories in Best Buy, you got to jump on it. And then, you know, they've been for decent prices. You know, they've been like
this was $19.99.
$19.99, $17. I mean, it beats paying the shipping. So I mean,
definitely does.
You got to jump on that when you see it. And guys, what could we say? We talk about it all the time. Scream Factory's releases are top-notch, especially when it comes to old horror classics or just obscure horror movies in general. So
their restorations are fantastic. The slipcovers are beautiful.
And when it comes to bonus features, guys, if you love a movie, this is like the ultimate edition to get. I love this company, love what they do. And yeah, Hell Night. Next up, we got the Steelbook and the slipcover edition of, from what we hear, one of the more beautiful movies of the year and probably one of the biggest Oscar snubs. Now, we're not big Oscar people.
No, definitely
We
not.
don't really care for award shows for...
Yeah, I won't be watching.
Just politics and all that mumbo jumbo. But anywho, Blade Runner 2049, we got to delve into this. We still haven't.
Have not had a chance, really. I've been kind of catching up with some other releases.
A lot of stuff to watch here, guys. Especially because we just jumped on the Westworld bandwagon.
Yes, a while back, I don't know, a few months ago in our Blu-ray update, we bought the 4K set, and we finally just started watching. We watched the first episode today.
And absolutely loved it. So that's going to be our new addiction for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's only 8 episodes, so it should move pretty quickly, but Blade Runner is definitely probably next on the list.
For sure. And we got, of course, the slipcover and the Steelbook editions. We did unboxings on these, so just click a few videos back and you'll find them.
Yes.
But, I mean, this director's great. Denis Villeneuve.
Dennis Villeneuve?
Yeah, Denis, I don't know. It's one of those names. But anywho, my favorite movie of his that he did recently is Prisoners with Hugh Jackman. That's one of my favorites of his.
He did Arrival, right?
He did Arrival.
Arrival was beautiful.
And he did An Enemy with Jake Gyllenhaal, which I heard is a little batshit crazy. I haven't seen that one. But this guy's movies are just visually amazing.
Stunning.
You know?
He definitely knows what the heck he's doing.
He's probably one of the better working directors today. Probably one of the best. So, yeah, that is Blade Runner 2049. Go ahead.
Speaking of other good directors...
Christopher Nolan.
I had to upgrade the Dark Knight trilogy. So we did pick up Batman Begins, obviously, The Dark Knight, and The Dark Knight Rises. And this is one of my favorite trilogies, and I just really can't wait to watch them in 4K. I do love Christopher Nolan. I am on the Christopher Nolan bandwagon.
Yeah, these are definitely my favorite things that he has done so far, or one of them. The guy's a very good director. I mean, of course, you guys know that. What the hell are we talking about? But
and the slipcovers, I mean, they're so beautiful.
Beautiful.
I mean, they're still sealed. They actually sealed these up in plastic, like the Scream Factories, but they're so gorgeous. And I can't wait to upgrade the rest of his movies, too.
Yeah, I mean, let me tell you something. And opposed to the DC movies we're getting nowadays, I mean, I know these are not a part of the DCEU, whatever you want to call it.
No, but in terms of, like,
but these movies,
superhero movies,
compared to those, are goddamn masterpieces. Like, but I will say, my favorite out of this trilogy is Batman Begins.
Oh, I would have to say The Dark Knight is mine.
And to top it all off, we officially own these movies about 7 times.
Well, I sold one of the sets. We have two copies of the big white box set, and then you have you have the Target one, right, of The Dark Knight Rises.
I have the Target one of The Dark Knight Rises, you know, the lenticular digibook, and I own them all digitally.
Yeah, so we definitely have quite a few copies, but for these and all of the other Christopher Nolan movies, I will have multiple copies of them.
It's definitely quality stuff, so what are you going to do?
Next up, I have been wanting to collect the Studio Ghibli movies for a really long time, but when they were owned by Disney, I could not find them with slipcovers for reasonable prices whatsoever. So when they started re-releasing them, I got really excited. And someone returned these at Best Buy the other day, and they all had their slipcovers, so I definitely decided to pick them up, and it was The Cat Returns, Castle in the Sky, and Whisper of the Heart, and I haven't seen any of these. I've really only seen, My Neighbor Totoro, and I've seen like one other one, so I'm excited to start checking these out and watching them. And they're right now, I think you can still find them on Best Buy's website for like $12.99 a piece. So I think they're fantastic prices for what they are.
And next up, we have a little random FYE pile.
Yes.
We got Prometheus, which is very, people love it, people hate it. I love it. I think it's much better than Covenant. But yeah, love this movie.
This is a beautiful set.
And this is like the ultimate edition as the 3D, like a bunch of cuts of the movie or whatnot. I remember when this first came out, I didn't jump on it, and then I could never find it.
And we found, I think, for like $8.
$8.
Very nice.
Very nice. Very nice.
Very nice.
Next up,
how much?
We got another feel-good movie, Foxcatcher.
I haven't seen this one yet.
It's directed from the guy who did Moneyball, which I absolutely love.
I liked that one too.
And this movie, Steve Carell's got a crazy looking nose. Now,
I know, he's like unrecognizable almost on the cover.
I saw this movie once. It's probably not the most rewatchable film, but I found it with the slipcover for $4. Great movie, had to jump on it. Channing Tatum, arguably probably one of his best performances, along with Mark Ruffalo. Okay, Magic Mike. But
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, man. I mean, this was a good watch if you're in the mood for like an emotional, heavy drama. Recommend it. And the last one of our FYE haul is Good Morning Vietnam, starring, of course,
the late, the great
Robin freaking Williams. I miss you every day, along with Paul Walker. But anywho, yeah, this is a classic, man. One of his classic films. So many great roles of his that he's done. What could you say more about the man? But yeah, R.I.P. Robin Williams. Alrighty, now we got some pretty awesome box sets.
Yes. So right now at Best Buy, they have a bunch of box sets on sale, and one of them being the True Blood Blu-ray box set. This was $49.99. It's got a really nice slip over the box. I have been wanting this set for such a long time, but I could never justify spending $250 on a box set, let alone really anything. I'm so glad to finally own it. I definitely can't wait to rewatch these. You haven't watched the series?
Haven't watched it, but I do know about that HBO sale. You know, they have like Boardwalk Empire, The Sopranos. We do own all the Boardwalk Empires individually in those big, thick sets, which are really cool.
Yeah, because they actually started releasing them in the thinner sets now.
Yeah.
So.
But guys, I mean, I haven't seen this show, so I can't really tell you much.
I love it.
But $50 for that Sopranos set, go out and get it now. That is one of the best shows ever. I mean, you guys should know that by now, but
yeah, and what I love
worth it for sure
so much is that they're individually in there. It's just a beautiful set. So yeah, True Blood. Let me know what you guys think of True Blood. I'm sad that it's over. It kind of did end on a crazy note, but it was good.
Most TV shows end on that. Most like finales of like long running TV shows, they always end a little funky. You know, never, very rarely a TV show ends where you're like, oh, that was a That was one of the best endings ever. It's tough. I loved Rescue Me's ending. That was one of my favorite endings to a TV drama, but
I didn't mind this. I mean, going through the series, season 5, season 6, even season 7, it did start to get a little crazy where, everybody started to have powers and whatever.
Sometimes the shows run a little longer than they should.
Yeah, yeah. But overall, definitely one of my favorites. Next up is another steal that we got. This, when it first came out, it was $54.99.
Maybe
it still
even more
is
than
now.
that. Yeah, it was expensive.
$60. And we were like, I don't think that we can do that.
What if the batteries run out?
Yeah, because it does light up. And it makes sound. Hold on.
That's such a cool box set.
This is a beautiful box set. This went on sale a few weeks ago.
$20?
$24.99, $22.99, something like that. I jumped right on that.
Yeah.
I grabbed it right off the shelf and picked it up.
Steven Spielberg, how could you say no?
And next up, we have the Black Label High Def Ninja exclusive of Dario Argento's Suspiria. And we did do an unboxing of this. And this is a beautiful, beautiful set. This is a steelbook with a nice slipcase on it, and excited to check this out because we are not very familiar with Dario Argento's work, but
he definitely has a following. We know.
Yes.
We're missing out.
Killer Flicks, the group on Facebook, has been talking about this movie for a very long time, and now we own it, so we are definitely going to watch it.
For sure.
Definitely.
In time.
Yes.
Right now.
It's on the list.
It's all about Westworld right now.
Westworld and then Blade Runner.
Oh, yeah. And next up, we got a few sent to us from Mill Creek. They were nice enough to send these out for review. We got Shadow Stalkers, which I don't think it's a name of a movie. It's a pack of
10 movies.
10 horror movies. I'm sure they're all fantastic.
Oh, let's read some of them off, though.
Yeah, let's read some of the names.
We have Out of the Dark, Happy Birthday to Me.
Oh, here's my favorite one coming up next.
Eyes of Laura Mars.
Don't Answer the Phone.
Nightmare in Wax. Bloody Pit of Horror. Silent Night, Bloody Night. Funeral Home. Don't Open Till Christmas. And The Driller Killer.
So, guys, here's a fun one. Comment down below if any of these have any recollection to you whatsoever. I know Silent Night.
I've heard of some
Bloody
of these.
Night
I've heard of The Driller Killer. I've heard of Don't Answer the Phone.
Driller Killer, that's great.
So let us know. We're definitely, these are movies that will pop in when we really have nothing else to
when we're
watch.
dead. But yeah.
No, it's awesome that they kind of put these in one set because we probably, other than that, wouldn't have purchased them. So
probably not.
And these are two very random.
Very
sets.
random. Don't judge me. I'm gonna give them to my grandmother. Let them relive the glory days. But
they're cute. They're cute sets.
Yeah. We got Shirley Temple. It has over 6 hours of movies, shorts, documentaries, and commercials.
It's probably really interesting.
Good old Shirley Temple. You can't go wrong. And we got the great Lucille Ball. Of course, I Love Lucy and all that fun stuff. On this one, you got over 10 hours of movies, TV shows, documentaries, and commercials. Of course, Lucille Ball is an all-time classic, as is Shirley Temple. One of my favorite shows from that time is probably The Honeymooners. I have that Blu-ray set. That's one of my favorites.
Wait, they have that on Blu-ray?
I found the Blu-ray of it, yes. Blu-ray. CBS put it out.
And we can't get Blu-rays of some of these movies.
Yeah, but
Honeymooners.
Honeymooners is an all-time classic. To the moon, Alice! Oh, boy. All right, guys. So that is the end of our movie haul. But as you guys know, we are getting into the vinyl record game.
Yes. I did purchase a record player right after Christmas because we had been collecting and accumulating these vinyls for a little bit. And, of course, then we had to go and purchase some more vinyls.
Yes, and we're starting off slowly but surely. We're picking up things that kind of catch our eye in this awesome record store we got near us. And, yeah, you want to start it off?
I'll start it off. I kind of went a little crazy, but I did have to pick up all of them. I had to pick up Stranger Things, so we have Volume 1. Look at the artwork, though. It's so beautiful. And this one has a red and blue colored vinyl. I'm excited to open them and listen to them.
If you guys want to see unboxings of these when we eventually open them, let us know down below.
Yep, we can definitely do that. I have Volume 2. And this one has a red, black, and blue vinyl. Now, my only complaint is that Volume 1 and 2, the artwork is the same. Like, why wouldn't you just change it a little bit?
Yeah, the only thing different is the back.
is the back, and I think the inside might be different.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure because I didn't open them yet.
Nope.
And then
You can't have season 1 without
season 2, and this is absolutely gorgeous. Look at the colors on that. So, absolutely beautiful. Excited to check this one out. The music is great. I listen to it on Spotify all the time. It's really good music to kind of put in, like, while I'm at work, and I'm just,
in the background.
Yep.
That synth.
Yes.
All right. And the one vinyl I purchased, this is one of the first vinyls I've ever purchased.
The only vinyl you've purchased.
The only vinyl I've purchased. But I'm a Rob Zombie fan. What could I say? And I picked up the vinyl for his latest film, 31.
The artwork is really badass on that.
I love the artwork. You got Sherry Moon Zombie on there. You got Doomhead, which is far and away the best part of this movie.
Yeah, he's definitely creepy.
And as for 31 goes, if you're a Rob Zombie fan, you have to have a special kind of dirty, nasty taste.
What?
To be a Rob Zombie fan in a way. And if you're a fan of his, I think you'll like this movie. I love his music. I've been to a bunch of his shows. And his movies are very much like his music. Very obscure, very, you know it's Rob Zombie as soon as you hear it or as soon as you see it.
This soundtrack is probably very obscure.
It's very, it's Rob Zombie, so it's always going to be obscure when it comes to that. But the weakest part of this movie is the characters, far and away. Has some cool little gore scenes, some weird characters, but anywho, I'm a Rob Zombie fan. I picked it up. I know he's the kind of guy you either love him or hate him.
Yeah.
And I'm on the side where the guy's a badass, so had to pick this one up. It wasn't expensive.
All right, guys. So it might not seem like a lot, but those are the vinyls we picked up. You do have to remember that vinyls sometimes are more expensive than these Blu-rays, so you have to have some kind of self-control.
We can't be purchasing vinyls at the same rate we purchase movies, or else we'll be goddamn living in a box.
Yeah, or pops.
Or we gotta control ourselves in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, our space is pretty limited right now.
We're buried alive as it is. But all right, guys, that is the end of our monthly haul for January.
Yes.
As always, thank you so much for checking out this video and just sticking with the channel. We're getting a bigger, slowly but surely, we're getting a pretty nice following, and we're loving it. We're loving it. It's
awesome. We have such a great time, and we really appreciate all the feedback that we've gotten and suggestions and everything. And definitely let us know in the comments below your favorite pickup that we grabbed.
Yes, no matter how random it was. If you liked Punk or Bad Company, please let me know. I don't want to feel alone. And, a special shout out to our Patreons. Again, thank you all so much for going above and beyond. We really do appreciate it. And guys, don't forget to follow us on all of our social media accounts. We have a Twitter, we have an Instagram, we have Stardust especially. Follow us on there because we don't review everything on YouTube.
But we've been trying to pretty much do our reactions for almost everything that we watch.
Yeah, so definitely follow us on there. And just
all the links are in the description.
They'll be all in the description. Give them a click. And I guess we'll see you guys on the next video.
See you later.